Howdy, welcome back to the shop. We're trucking along on the truck. So, let me kind of clue you in here. Today we're going to be putting the lower A-arms and the springs back into this. So the reason that I had the springs and the A-arms off to start with is to change the motor mounts on this. Because at least on this year group, this is 87 or 88, these are a bolt and a nut. The nut is not welded to the inside of this cross member. So you have to take the springs out. That's cool. How that happened. You have to take the springs out in order to get in there to hold the nuts to put the motor mounts back on. That's why on a lot of these rigs, you will actually see the motor mounts. If they've changed the motor mount goobers, they will actually weld the motor mounts down to the cross member because nobody wants to take the front end completely apart to get to 6 nuts. So that being said, there is a tool that I've made. It's bent. It'll get bent again, no big deal. So all this is a piece of plate steel with a hole through it and a piece of 3/8 all thread. And this is kind of a safety device. It makes you probably 12% less likely to die. It holds the tension of the spring and takes up some of the tension of the spring. That's its only goal in life, is to just give you a little bit of peace of mind that you're not going to die or get your teeth knocked plumb out or lose your left front eye. So we'll get everything stacked up here on the jack and start off. Okay, I'm just going to let the camera roll while I do this. I'll try to refrain from speaking in an unknown tongue. Now, the right thing to do would be to change all of the ball joints, tie rod ends. I mean, we've got her this far apart, might as well. But this is one of the rare times when my Justice welder is not going to affect me. Okay, so we're going to put a washer, get our nut on there. Now, no matter what else happens, that sucker ain't going to fall off unless the bolt breaks. Yeah, that lower ball joint probably should be changed, but I don't have one up in the rafters. And I don't feel like going to the parts house. Too far to drive. Okay. So I'm going to kind of pull the tension, pull the slack up with my bolt. Get a little bit of tension on the spring, and then I'll probably hook up the steering knuckle. I'm just using a 3/8 crowfoot, a 3/8 drive 9/16 crowfoot on that to drive that. Bind. Thought I was run up further than that. Guess not. Now, when you start getting run up a little bit closer, you want to make sure your bottom spring is in the pocket, right? And it is. The upper end of the spring really don't have a pocket for it to go into. It just sits over some little fingers that poke down out of the frame horn. there. Dirty damn thing, get on there. Nope, don't want to get on there yet. Okay. Now, even though this is sort of my safety device, I don't trust this very much at all. And this is just kind of a quick and dirty thing. I'm not going to get underneath of it. I'm not going to trust my teeth to it. I'm not going to trust my fingers to it. I'm not going to trust my arms to it. That would be not smart. And even though we pressure washed this thing for hours and hours, this truck is dirtier than Joe Biden's diaper. Yep, where's my creeper? There we go. Come on, baby. There we go. Would have been smart of me to make a through hole on the bottom of this where I could use a wrench on the bottom of it as well as the top. But that piece of plate was just laying in my junk pile, and it was already threaded for a 3/8 bolt. So I decided, what the heck, might as well. Now, where'd that castle nut go? There it is. That's run up there good. Okay, now the stuff is about to get real, as the young kids say. Yep, she's going up straight. Nothing's in a bind. Okay. Okay, got the first hole to halfway line up. Now there seems to be a little bit of debate about anti-sneeze amongst all the nerds that have never busted a knuckle or rolled a cigarette. Ah, you dirty turtle. Let's see if my... But I like to use anti-seize. If you don't like to use anti-seize, then that's none of my concern, as long as I don't buy a truck from you. Get my tap-o-matic on here. Ah, you dirty damn thing. Eesh. Well, it was lined up. Okay, we got the first bolt in the hole. Second bolt needs to come up about 3/8 of an inch. Ah, shit. Where's my wacky stick? There's second bolt in the hole. Easy peasy Japanesey. All right, so you can figure the rest out from here. I'm going to tighten everything up, take my clamp off of it, and there we go. Well, there you go. Everything's tightened up now. That pinched. So anyway, if y'all don't mind, give me a big fat thumbs up for taking the time to film it for you. Like and a subscribe and a share and all that stuff. Talk about it on FriendFace. If you're not aware, there's several very good forums on FriendFace concerning S10 Chevys and 4L60Es and 4.3 liter check-aways. I mean, there's a forum on FriendFace for everybody. But share my videos if you don't care. There we go. Well, I hope this helps somebody out. In the meanwhile, y'all drive safe. Watch for deer.